What do you do? What do you do when you're feeling stuck? No matter how many conversations you have with yourself, no matter how many conversations you hold in your head, you still can't seem to move forward. You're at a crossroads in life and you keep asking yourself, what is next for me? Welcome to Rollerset to Mindset. I'm your host, Angela. I'm also a transformation coach, and I'm a guide for women 50 and older who are ready, so ready to create a next life chapter, but you feel stuck in the process. Whoa, that's a lot. And the reason it's a lot, and the reason I can speak so clearly to this, is because that was me 5 years ago. True story, personal story. At 58, 5 years ago, yes, 58, I had it all. I had it all. Everything looked perfect on the outside. Everything looked perfect. I had a thriving salon suite, an excellent marriage. I had what I would consider a grounded life. It felt grounded to me, but then I kept getting this tug, this tug, because what I came to realize is that all of that, the salon, the wonderful marriage, the feeling of groundedness, all of it came at a cost. Anybody know what I'm talking about? If you know what I'm talking about, sometimes it costs you to have what you have, and sometimes a cost that you're not really willing to pay. You don't even know, you don't even realize how much it costs you until you allow yourself to pause and breathe. It came at a cost, and that cost was I became comfortably uncomfortable. I know you've heard the term. I know you heard the term. And there was this tug inside of me that just wouldn't quit. It wouldn't quit, and I kept ignoring it. And until I pushed past my comfort zone, nothing changed. Nothing changed. And when I finally started pushing, trust me now, life didn't get easier. It didn't get easier because I started pushing. No, it became even harder. And when I mean hard, I mean I had to face my fears, y'all. I had to face my fears. And I had to invest in myself. I had to start investing in myself on many different levels. I had to let go of my old identity, and I had to trust God. I had to trust God with my vulnerabilities because I was seen as the strong one. I was seen as the one who had it all together. And the only person I felt like I could trust with my vulnerabilities was my God. So I had to trust God with my vulnerabilities, and I had to take radical responsibility for certain areas of my life, and those areas being my mental health, my physical health, my financial health, my spirituality, my mindset, my emotions. I had to take radical responsibilities for those areas because so many times we leave it up to other people and we don't want to do the work. We can help someone else with their own issues, but we struggle with feeding ourselves, women 50 and older. We struggle with feeding ourselves what we feed other people. And we witness other people growing strong, healthy, living life, the whole nine, but we don't give it to ourselves. So we begin to starve for the very same things that we are filling other folks up on. But what happened? I decided I have to make a decision. And I read something that a decision is not like a choice. Because, with a choice, you can change your mind. You can either do it or not do it. But when you make a decision, you cut off all other options. And that's what I had to do. And that thing was kind of scary. But everything shifted, y'all. Everything shifted when I made the decision. When I decided, I made a real decision. I didn't make no half assed decision now. No, 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 no. I made a real decision. I cut off all other options and I chose to step into my next chapter. No matter how comfortable it felt. And uncomfortable it did. And it still does. That meant, what does it look like to cut off all other options? What does it look like to come face to face with your comfort? If you've given that some thought, or if you are a woman who has gone through that, have a dialogue with me. Tell me in the comment, what was that like for you? The moment you decided that you had to make a decision. Was it uncomfortable for you? Did you waver? Did you go back and forth? Did you ask every person on the planet what you should do, how you should do it? Or did you do it in the quiet, in the secrecy of your own mind, you and your Lord, face to face, figuring out your next move? That's what I want to know. For me, it meant surrounding myself with people who had achieved, who was already living their next life, and not achieve in material things. No, this ain't that. But who had achieved a place within themselves, mentally, emotionally, physically, in their mindset that was that constituted their next, because that's what I was after. I was desperate for it. I was hungry for it. And so I had to start reading different books. I had to start reading certain books. I had to listen to empowering podcasts. And I had empowering conversations. Sometimes I feel like God is isolating us. There were times in which I felt isolated and I didn't have a desire to be outside. And I was known for the person who wanted to be outside. I will bring the joy. I bring the party. It wasn't joy. I brought the party. I brought the good time. I brought the laughter. I brought it. But I had to pull myself back from being outside. And that was different for me. What else did I do? Because I wrote a few things down. I had to get in the right rooms. That meant going to seminars. That meant going to summits. I put myself in the right rooms. And sometimes that meant putting myself in online rooms, digital rooms. However I can get it, that's how I got it. And I learned from mentors. I got a mentor. I got a coach. I got a coach, you know? And I spent my hard earned money on those coaches. And it paid off though. I had to find me a coach and I had to learn from mentors who were recovering what was rightfully theirs and who made a choice to recover all of it, because those were my three words. I wanted to pursue, I wanted to overtake, and I wanted to recover all that was mine, all that the Lord promised me. And I'm still on that mission. Not taken from anyone else. I just want what's mine. That's what I'm pursuing. What is mine? Angela B. Fuller. That's what I'm pursuing. What's for me? And so, as a result of doing these things, your girl became more clear. I gained more clarity. Fear still existed, but I was courageous. I am courageous. So I've got more clarity. I've got more courage. I am more confident, all those things. And as you can see from the look on my face and the energy that's coming out of me, baby, I got my joy. All of that came to me as a result. You hear me now? As a result of making a decision. And if you with me, if you still with me, put decision in the comment because that's what you're going to have to do. Ladies, you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to decide, not make a choice. You have to decide. And when you do that, everything flows. Everything flows. It's not easy, but it becomes better. And that's the name of the game, getting better. So, did I wrestle with comparison game? Yes, yes. Because I still compare myself to people who are in their middle or near their end. And for me, I'm in the middle of my beginning. And that's what you got to get. You got to understand that you're just starting out. You're going to you're going to make mistakes because you are experimenting. And that's what I had to look at it. I had to look even now. I look at what I do as experimenting because it silenced this perfectionism that exists in me. I just got to get it right. Otherwise, I can't sleep at night. So I look at it as an experiment because the nature of an experiment is to try something. You're trying to see how it's going to work. You're trying to see if it's going to work. You're trying to see if it's going to work if I tweak it a little bit more, a little bit better. And having that attitude is what keeps me trying new things without feeling embarrassed about it, without being perfect. Because I know I'm not the only one who struggle with perfectionism. Perfectionism will keep you stuck. Did you hear me? Perfectionism, it will keep you stuck. So, yes, I wrestle with comparison. And even in this moment, I wrestle with what people think, but I don't wrestle with if it's going to keep me stuck. I sometimes wonder, are a little bit concerned about what people think, but baby, I don't let their thoughts keep me from taking action. Absolutely not. I keep pushing. I keep pushing, and I want to encourage you to keep pushing. You got to keep going. I'm still going. And slowly, I can promise you this. If you keep going, in spite of all those other stuff, trying to be perfect, the comparison game, wondering if you are good enough, all these things, if you just keep going, if you keep going, you will build the clarity, you will build the courage, and the bliss will come. And you create this wonderful next life chapter that is yours and that is yours to claim. And so, my question to you is this: are you feeling stuck? Are you feeling that maybe this desire that I have is bogus? Maybe it's just not in the cards for me. Are you asking yourself that? And be honest with yourself. You don't even have to put that in the comments, but be honest with yourself. Do you find yourself having a desire, but you are stuck in the mud and you are comfortable and you are afraid to move forward? If that is you, here's my encouragement. I want you to keep going because everything with your name on it is on the other side of the mud where you find yourself. Now, some of us in this mud flat footed, it's just the sole of our feet. But some of us, that mud has gotten to our ankles. And if you're not careful now, it's going to get to your knees. So I am suggesting that you pull yourself out of that mud today. Don't give it any more time. Don't give it any more of your precious time. Don't give it any more of your precious thought. Keep going. Keep pushing past your comfort zone. Keep pushing past your comfort zone. And if you need guidance, understand this. Remember earlier, I told you I got a mentor. Remember earlier, I told you I started being in different rooms. I started being in rooms that was more aligned with where I wanted to go. And that's what I suggest that you do. Find yourself in different rooms. Don't do it alone. Don't do it alone because you don't have to. Mentorship made all the difference to me. And I know that it will make a difference for you. So what I'll leave a link in the description to just let you know how you can get in touch with me. And then we can figure out together if I'm a good fit for you. You know, when I worked in my salon, it was 35 years or so. I've been in that salon. And the thing that kept me in there wasn't just the hair, but it was the inspiration that my clients said I brought to them. I love inspiring women. I love helping women seeing further than what they can see for themselves. So if that sounds like something you want to do, hook me up, look me up. And let's see how we can work this thing together. And what I want you to do, because I'm finding that a lot of folks are listening to my podcast, a lot of people are watching me on YouTube, but you guys aren't subscribing. So go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate you liking the video. And then, hit that notification bell so you can know when I pop on, because it helps me. It helps me. You're helping me to get my message out to more women. And I couldn't ask for anything better. So until the next time, until you hear from me again a week from today, I want you to keep pushing, because you got everything within you to push. I want you to keep going. And I want to remind you that transformation is an inside job. It's something that takes place on the inside, and then other people can see it on the outside, and you can inspire someone else. That's all I got for you. I'll talk with you next week. Okay? Bye.